Good morning, September the 26th, 2016. This is CISG114, Section 1, Web Technology and Life. Today is week number 6, day number 11, and today we have quite a number of students who would like to share with us what they've learned as of last week, including the week before last week. The first student is Viola. Okay. That's very good.
Information literacy. I divide this thing into 3 parts: about what, why, and how. What is the definition of information literacy? Information literacy can be defined as the ability to articulate a problem to be investigated, locate and assemble information, scrutinize, gather, resource, process and apply information towards a solution, and contend the effectiveness of the entire process contributed. So, we must respect others' intellectual property. Why we need information literacy? Faced with the challenges in information age, it's high time that we improve our information literacy so as to make our life better. For business, the ability to locate, evaluate, organize, use, and present information effectively will become a normal part of one's work. Workers must be able to gather, synthesize, interpret, and evaluate. In other words, workers must be information literate for life. The benefits of information literacy of long-term relevance are the focus on lifelong learning, the ability to think critically, and on the use of new and existing information of problem solving, all of which are important components of information literacy. And finally, how to improve your information literacy. Discovery method of information literacy. Define. Keep your search string specific to find useful information. Inquire. Use a variety of online resources, such as magazines, journals, newspapers. Search. Use different search engines, not just Google. Collect. Cite your own sources. Respect others' intellectual property. Organize. Sort on what you find. Verify. Choose more reliable sources. Express. Publish, communicate, and share your findings. Reflect. Improve your search. You may need to gather more information, narrow your search topic further. You cannot tell someone to teach you anything. Only by discovering by yourself can you search everything. So let's do it on yourself.
Thank you very much, Fiara. Thank you for giving us your sharing. As I said from the very beginning, last week I did not give the 2 students, actually 3 students, the chance to share, including Fiora, Aris, and Karen. So you are given the chance today to share if you choose to. So are you ready? Notebook is not here? Oh, you can use this one because as long as you put your stuff here, actually you do not need to use your notebook next time. You upload your material in the forum here or in your notebook here. There is an online learning journal, and when you share something, you just come to use my notebook and click the file. That's it. Do you understand the meaning of that? You do not use your own device. Here, use this computer. So what about you, Karen? You want to share?
Can I share
Thursday? Okay, then you please go back to week number 5. Sign up again on this Thursday. Okay? It's very important that for each week we give you the chance, and if you don't do it, you need to sign up again. Thank you. All right. So it's a very pleasant experience to listen to students doing the sharing. Remember, you need to do the following after you're sharing. Go back to the sign up page, put down what you share, include the PowerPoint there. That is an important record of your in-class sharing. You need only 5 such in-class sharing to earn the 20%. It's a very sizable amount of score, 20% of the final semester score, okay? Throughout the semester, you need to do 5 times this kind of in-class sharing, all right? So let's go back to last week. If you go to the Moodle environment, you will discover that you do not see anything on week number 6 today, okay? You do not see anything on week number 6 today. That's particular week number 6 will appear tomorrow, okay? Because last week, we have not spent enough time to elaborate on some of those topics. So we are going to revisit those topics to make sure I do not skip them, all right? So it's very important that you come back to the pattern of thinking. We are exploring the examples of web technology studying from last week, okay? For example, last week we should have explored 6 different web technologies. Blogs, we did explore it. Wikis, we did explore it, but we've not done social sharing yet. And you do not know what is RSS, podcasting, and social bookmarking. That's what we're going to do today. And hopefully for each of such technology that we're going to introduce to you today, you understand the pattern of thinking. Technology is based on an idea. Last week, we helped you to develop the practice of thinking about the idea behind a specific technology. So today, if I asked you, what exactly is the idea behind a blog? What can we do with this technology? What exactly is the idea behind a wiki? What can we do with a wiki? And of course, in today's class, I'm going to illustrate to you some applications aspects of wiki. So, with this said, may I invite you to come further into the ideas of photo sharing. You understand that there's something wrong with this browser, so it really does not work in terms of showing you the video, so we need to use a different browser. That is the trick. I should have switched to the Chrome area. Here we go. No, we're not coming here. Okay, let's say we go back here. Okay, so right here, it's this one. So I copy the link locations and come back here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we did it. Let's see, do we have the sounds here today? Next time we do have a little bit of questions. Yeah. Let me see. Okay, the problem is not here. The problem is here, okay? Let me double check. Just give me a second to figure out, is there anything wrong with my computer? Yes, those lines. No. Let's try this. So, let's see here. All right. Oh, I see. Okay. Right. Yes. When something bad is going to happen, it's going to happen. Do you see what's wrong? Can you observe? This is a very good lesson. You see, the YouTube video, it's going on. You see, the speaker is not mute. Okay? Everything seems to be working fine. But there is something we discover. No sound. So what does it mean? Well, I discovered there is something wrong with my local computer. All right. So let's do it this way. This is a very good exercise. Okay? It's a new way for me to try this, but it's a good way. I'm going to play you the video to introduce to you the idea of photo sharing, but this time you cannot hear any sound. So please watch what's going to happen. And then let's do it in such a way that you can have a new experience. Every table, would you please get ready? We're going to study something called online photo sharing. Okay? What is meant by online photo sharing? It's a technology in which if we take a picture of something, we could store it online. We could retrieve it online. Okay? So we want you to understand the idea behind this technology. And you watch this video. Now this is a very good way, indeed I've never thought about this before. This video is produced to help you understand the meaning of this technology. So watch the video and try to see the idea without using the technology. It happens that we don't have any sounds today. So let's do it. Good morning. How much can you catch it? Please join your table to discover for yourself. Okay? So interesting to a class without sound. let's go back and do it page by page. Okay, this is an example of learning. If we have a problem, we make the best use of the problem. On the first page, okay, in the first, say, 10 seconds, after showing you something about this, on the first 10 seconds, with the theme of online photo sharing, what is your immediate impressions? You see there is a house on fire. You see there is a camera over there. So what's the purpose of doing that? Well, this is our mobile phone today, okay? We have a habit of learning today. Whenever we eat, we want to take a picture of the food we eat. And the next action is we would like to upload a picture to a group of friends in which you would like to share them. Minutes ago, what am I doing? Okay, let's take a look at that. First 10 seconds. What do you get? Here we go. What did we get? We have this very simple picture which can tell us the story of the first 10 seconds of this video, which has something to do with online photo sharing. First of all, there is a person here holding a camera. I do not know if this is the kind of camera we're going to use. Normally we use something like this. And then on the right-hand side of this person, we see their collections of photos representing some of the photos which are taken by this person with this camera. But somehow we do not know where it is, but we know that these are the set of photos taken by this person. And somewhere here on top, we see there is somewhat like a window. Okay, a window, as we all know, in using computers associated with the Microsoft Office, associated with the Microsoft browser, whatever it is, or whatever web browsers you use. But looks very much like the Internet Explorer. Okay, and then here we have an arrow like this representing the back button and a forward button. And then we have something like a refresh button, so that whenever something happens, which we're going to have a sticky problem, we refresh the browser. And here comes something very interesting. So far, I couldn't recognize what it means. This is the guy which looks very much like a home. A home, okay? A home represents where I come from. So whenever I got lost, I can get back to where I am at the very beginning by pressing this button, called a home button. And then next to this 1, 2, 3, 4 small icons, you have a long text box in which you type in something. Well, for those of us who are used to using the browser to surf the internet, we have this kind of intuition. This is where we are going to enter the web address. Okay, now so much based on our observations. We observe from this picture, which is supposed to 10 seconds of this video, here we have a person, presumably a man, okay, holding a camera. Presumably this man has done something with the camera, and what he has produced with the camera are somewhat indicated here in the form of 6 specific photos. Okay, and then above the 6 specific photos, we see there is somewhat like a control panel which has some kind of button, very much like a web browser, including the back and the forward button, including the refresh button, as well as the home button, and together with the web address. Okay, and that is the beginning of what is meant by online photo sharing in print English. Okay, may I ask you this question? You and I have the experience of taking a picture. You know how to take picture using this. Okay, next question. You and I have some experience of sharing our pictures online. For example, once we took pictures of what we are going to eat, we upload it to our Facebook group. Facebook, you know something about it. So you know something about online, you know something about pictures taken and shared online. Anything else? Can I ask you this question to deepen your discussions now on your table? Can you take picture and share online such a way that in your Facebook you can invite your friend to come to a collection of the picture you took? Can you do that in your Facebook? Have you tried something like this? For example, I spent 10 minutes time now walking around the campus. I took 10 pictures. So now I'm going to set up a 10 picture collection frame in Facebook. And then all of my friends in Facebook will come to see my pictures in the Facebook, the 10 pictures. Can you do that? Of course you can do something like this. Have you ever visited your Facebook friends sharing, telling you, I've been to this place, and then some pictures there, and then over there you can only see 4, but after that, in the 4th picture you see past 5 more. You can watch the picture, you can read those pictures, but do you know how to do it? Do you know how to do it? I'll give you 5 minutes time after this discussion, and I would like you to discover how to do it in Facebook. Okay? You should be able to work out how to do it in Facebook. This is the first thing you need to learn in online photo sharing. Now let's go to the second 20 seconds. Okay? Remember, no sound. No sound. Look at this guy. Do you recognize him? Oh! Okay. Here we go. Let's see if I can stop it a minute. Okay. I'd like to stop right here. Okay. What have you seen here? All right. So you see a notebook. A notebook is supposed to be a very important device for you to process the photos you took online, or better say you took with a device. So if I would like to make the best use of the photo I took with this device here, how do you do it? I want to send this photo to someone. I could directly send it through my device. But imagine you took the picture not with this device, but with a traditional camera, like the man who is holding it, his own hand. So the person who took the picture needs to extract the photos he takes over there in the form of a specific file and transfer the files that he took from the specific device in the form of the photos taken with an intention of sending the picture to someone else. And normally, for those of us who do not know much about technology, we know that when we send an email to someone else and we attach the photo as a file in an email, that's the way it is. But in this particular picture, when online photo sharing is being shared to you, the producer, well, for reasons of, I do not want to say commercials, he produced 3 names: Flickr, websites, and photo bucket. Okay? Now, if you care about this, just put down the name of this in your table discussions. You can search for what favorites, you can search for what website it is, and you can search for what photo bucket is. Okay? I will tell you that based on my understanding, they provide excellent service to process our photos online. They give it space to store our photos so that we do not need to make sure it is being stored in my device here using my memory. It is stored in the cloud provided by the freedom and confidence. Okay? So because of that, when you go back to the picture on the first 10 seconds, when you hit the target websites over there, your photo is presented to you on that particular site. Well, I just invite you to try this with your Facebook to see if you got something similar. And let's go for it for another 10 seconds, or actually 30 seconds. Okay, you got it. Yes, that's the way it is. What about the old way? You visit a site, you took some picture, you develop your picture, you put it in your album, and your album put in your shelf, and whenever you want to watch, you read your photo, you go back to your shelf. What about a new way? New way, for example, I use the surface of Flickr. I took the picture, I put it in my computer, and through the computer I send it to this company's website. I upload my photos, okay? I put it under my space under Flickr, and I enjoy my pictures there all the time, and I can also share my pictures to my friends. Oh, one way I can keep organized my picture is I put tags over there. So whatever picture I took, if it's about Grand Canyon, I put a tag over there. Okay. So it's a lot of the add-on service. And then I can always go back to visit the picture I took over the year, and I can keep a good collections of the photos. I'm not afraid of losing those photos, because if they do not sit on my shelf, they're always available online, and I can also share my photos with different people with different locations of the world. They do not need to come to my home to watch it. And people can also give me feedback once they saw my photo. Oh, but those photos I shared got so many views. But what if I do not want people to see my photo? Hey, let's watch. Back up. Pop it. No, I don't want to make it pop it. So what you can do is you can use the surface only as a private storage area, setting the default mode of the picture you put there to be private. Okay, so what does it mean? Photo sharing. Okay, let's go back here. This microphone works. This is the first picture of photo sharing. With this foundation, okay, if I could take picture, if I could put my picture in the websites offered by company free of charge, if I could make a best use of these facility to share the pictures I take with anyone, which is not physically with me, I could use this service. Now, imagine, these are not pictures. Imagine, these are my voice record. My voice record of something very specific. Like when you turn on the radio, you love the specific program because the program records a good storytelling by people. Only the voice, okay? No picture, no video. And that is the idea of podcasting in English. Unfortunately, today, as I can say that there's no sound here, so I have to do the pray for you. There's something very interesting. Maybe I need to reset my computer. Anyway, I want to make sure that you got the meaning of this. Okay, I got this. Let's go back here. Here we go. Watch. Let's take a look at this very interesting picture. Now, this is one way to tell the story. When we get home, we want to relax, so we sit on the sofa. We have a cup of tea or we have a cup of coffee. And then, today, we have the TV set. But before we have the TV set, we have this device here. This is called a radio. Okay, let's forget about the TV. The radio is a device for us to receive the signals of voice broadcasts. Okay, voice broadcasts. Normally, in the 50s of the last century, also in Macau also, we love to listen to radio. Radio is a kind of program. Whenever we turn on the device with a specific time schedule, we can listen to a particular voice-based program. And we love to listen to this program because people love to hear what's happening, including the news. And normally family members would gather in the living room and listen to the radio before there is a television. Now I'm talking about podcasting. P-O-D-C-A-S-T. Podcast represents the broadcast of the voice. Okay? But there is something about podcast that is a little bit different from the radio. What is the differences? Your job is to find out now with this. Let's take a look. What the picture tells you. That is the beginning. Watch. Remember no sound. Look at what the man is doing. Idea. I love this style of teaching now. Without giving you all the information, I want you to imagine it. Okay, that's very good. Even though we have technical problems here, we still can make it work. Okay, look at what the man is doing. Okay. Okay, now let's do this exercise. I love to tell a story based on watching this couple of pictures. I told you this. When we get home, we got tired, so I sit on the sofa. In the past, when there is no televisions, we used to have a device called radio. So we know that, oh, the program is coming up at 10, so after we have lunch or after we have dinner, let's sit together and wait until it's 10 o'clock, so when we turn on the radio, we could listen to the program. Is it very normal? Whoa, we enjoy this program. This is a 30 minutes program. So we turn on the radio, we listen to the program. And what if I'm too busy working with my work? I cannot turn on my radio at 10. I turn it on at 10:30. Oh, the program is over. In the old day, when the program is over, you missed the program. In today's world, when the program is over, you don't miss the program. You just go back to the website in which the producer will put the program there and you can re-watch it. Have you ever done this with My TV? Have you done this with My TV, TV.com? If you want to watch a particular drama, which is scheduled between 7 and 8 o'clock each evening, but you miss the episode that particular evening, you can always go back to the website of tvd.com and you can re-watch it at your own expenses if you subscribe to it. The podcasts carry a little bit interesting idea similar to that, but remember, it's just our voice. In the past, when we would like to listen to a radio broadcast between 9 and 10, if we miss the 9 to 10 broadcast radio, we miss it. We cannot just go back and listen to it. But today, when the idea of podcast is made available, now let's not talk about any highly advanced technology. Anybody, as long as he's subscribing to the service, will always request a specific episode that is sent to his or her own device. You can see there is a device called POD port. Who introduced this port? The Apple, introduced by the late Steve Jobs, when he advertised that everybody, we do not use Walkman anymore. Do you understand what is meant by Walkman? Before we have the media called a disc, we use the media called a tape. Okay? The Walkman is a small device which can always play back the tape. And then they improve the storage device from the tape to the disc. And even the disc is no good because the disc is a localized media. And so, when Steve Jobs introduced the port device will help you to download some music program into the port and store there. And you can always listen to the music or the story there wherever you go. That is the port idea. But the idea behind this is that everybody, before he could enjoy this interesting podcast, the file must be first be created, just like a picture you took, and stored it in a specific area in the company's cloud before it could be downloaded. So podcast means what? You can always have the convenience of not missing a particular broadcast by downloading the suitable podcast whenever you want. What does it mean? It's a convenience. What does it mean? It's an impact to our living that we do not need to wait until 7 o'clock to listen to the podcast. We can always go back to the podcast whenever we want it, although it may not be the first time it's aired. So think about this from the perspective of using this technology. Is it a technology which is making a positive impact to our daily living? Okay, that's good. All right, so without saying much about this, let's go back to, this is the idea of photo sharing. This is the idea of podcast. They are very much similar, except for the fact that this is based on the idea of taking a picture and put the pictures online for sharing. This is based on the idea of producing a program, which is a voice-based program without much picture. You use your ear to enjoy it, and this is what you use your eyes to enjoy this picture for you to see. A podcast for you to hear. Okay. So what about this? RSS. If you take it up from a dictionary, RSS actually comes from the idea of the news syndications. Okay, before I introduce this to you, the meaning of RSS, may I ask you this one question? Do you read news from the TV? Do you read news from the radio? Do you read news from your Facebook, social media? You don't? You don't read news? Do you read news from Macau Daily? No, all right. But anyway, the majority will do read news, okay? I read news from TDM, I read news from Hong Kong TVB, I read news from China Daily, okay? We do read news from different sources. The question is, have you ever asked this question? How come the news are read from this source, for example, Hong Kong TVB news, and you read my news from this source, for example, Macau TDM news? Mostly speaking, for the international news, they actually are something, if not identical, very much similar. Very much similar. No matter how many news agencies news you read, they almost somewhat like coming from the same source. And my answer is yes, indeed, they come from the same source. In the world, there are several major news agencies like Reuters. Okay, they copy news, they cover news, not copy news. They cover news and they sell the news item to different major news organizations like local televisions, okay, news branch, local newspaper, and all those major news come from different major news sources. Okay, if you understand that, that's good. Check next time when you read the news, where does the news come from? Our assets represent very simple summary. Very simple summary. Okay? What does it mean by very simple summary? If I tell you the secret behind this, you will love it, particularly when you're doing research. Okay? Normally, not every news agency will have this capability or resources to gather news, particularly international news. Normally, most of the news agency, local news agency, will buy the news item from major international reliable news agency like Reuters. And when Reuters have actually gathered enough of those news, they will push forward those news every several hours to those major news agencies like the local news stations, TV stations, because they subscribe to it. What does it mean by subscribe to it? They pay for those news items. And when the local news agency receive those news items, they will use the suitable item for the interest of the local community. They do not publish them all because there are too many. They will select those major items and publish it through the news channel, 7 o'clock news or whatever it is. It's a system behind receiving updated information every day, every few hours, every week about important information. In the context of a news agency, is news. In the context of your interest, it could be newly developed picture. For example, this couple of weeks in Macau, we have the firework exhibition show every weekend. And just past weekend with different countries. On 9 o'clock, 20 minutes, we might have China. 7 o'clock, another 20 minutes, we have French. So for several weeks in Macau, we have this wonderful 90 scenes of fireworks. And people love to keep those pictures. And so is the picture source. Those news agencies will receive those pictures because they subscribe to it. And what about this? News stories, okay? This tells you something very simple. It's a system in which you receive an update of all those news items whenever you subscribe to it. And in fact, let me show you an example of how we can get something like this in our Moodle environment. If you come to our Moodle environment, okay, this is our Moodle environment, we can actually add something called RSS into our Moodle site. In order to do that, allow me to just turn this on. I turn on the editing. Okay, you can see that I turn on the editing. I can come here. I can add something new. Okay, let me make sure my computer is working. It's very slow, but it's okay. Okay. Now there is something called add a block. Okay, I'm going to add the RSS. Okay, which is called the remote RSS feeds. Okay, here, remote RSS feed. That means it does not come from the University of Macau itself. It comes from other external agency. Okay, I'm going to add something, so I click on this button. Once I click on this button, you can see that I have an extra block here, which you can see it when you come to the Moodle environment. Okay, in other words, a little bit slow the computer, but it's okay. Right here. You see the remote news feed. Remote news feed. I can always get the updated news on a specific source of information. So what I need to do is I need to configure this. So I need to configure my news remote news feed. Okay? So you can see something like this here. I got some sources here. Okay? I can always add some new sources. So for example, I would like to receive some updated information on this newspaper, Academic Leader newspaper. I just click on this, I select. Okay, I would like to get some news information from this ACM on education. So I click on this. Oh, I want to get it also from our library. So I also click on the library. At the end of doing that, so I say it's a link to the original site. No. So the channel, image, no. So I just say change. Okay. Now let's see if I got something here. My computer is very slow. Maybe that's the reasons why we do not hear the sounds. Okay, here we go. Now you got the latest news. Not here. Actually, this is my news here. It's from library. You see that? I got something directly captured from library for higher educations. This is the item the library has pushed to me today. Okay? I can also add the other item, but I select library as my last one, so I can actually use that. So this is an example of something that I'm going to receive continuously with this technology if I subscribe to it. Implications: if I were a student, I need to do research on a specific theme on a continuous basis. What I need to do is I need to select some sources in which I could subscribe to this RSS on the specific sources. And I could be sure every day I will have new sources coming in, just like a newspaper item, which remind me, hey, there's a new item you might be interested. Look at it. It's already on your table. That is the meaning of weary, simple summary. It's a technology which will save your effort to go out to find something. It's a technology which will serve you with that something. It's a surprise technology. You see that? So if you need to do a project, say 3-month project on a specific theme, you have to look at what kind of RSS sources related to that theme that I could subscribe. And if I could subscribe and I could always receive it through an environment like this, that's your excellent source. Photo sharing online for pictures only. Podcast for voice message only, or voice story only. What about RSS? Any kind of information, as long as the producer produces an RSS site. And if you have a reader which can receive RSS information, you can go ahead and set it up, because any student needs that very much. That's how we keep ourselves updated on our research area. Just like that's how we keep ourselves updated on everyday news happening in the world. Okay? You got the idea? Although we do not have the video, the voice today, you got it. Okay, now let's get back to one more thing. Yes, let's say, here we go. Let me turn this off first. Sometimes when the technology does not work, as a teacher, we need to go back to the most original way of explanations. Innovative enough. Another technology which I would like to share with you is the social bookmarking. Along the ideas of picture, along the idea of voice storytelling, there is something called social bookmark. Now you understand what is meant by bookmark when you open a book. Okay, when you read a book, I use bookmark to record on which particular page I discover what message. So that with the bookmark, I can go back to that page easily. Because if I do not bookmark it, I would easily forget on which page have I read this scene. So I put a bookmark. Now imagine, it is not a physical book, but it's the whole world of knowledge in the internet. Oh, this is a very good source on what I'm looking at. I want people to know it, but how can I keep track of that? Two-way, physically record the web address and send the web link to someone else, and he or she is going to use the web link, and he or she, believably, is going to read what you read. This is one way, but it's a tedious way, because you need to copy and paste the web link. Bookmark is a very good way. It's called online bookmark on everything, actually on any browser you're using, presumably Chrome, presumably Firefox. They have support the online bookmark specific features in which you can bookmark a specific web link in your computer, okay, so that you do not need to remember it. You can go back to the history of the visit in terms of the bookmark in your computer. Because it's being used, the web browser is being used in your computer. Unfortunately, if I want to tell my friend who's not using my computer, I need to copy the link and send it to my friend. Now what if I could share my bookmark from my browser used in my computer to my friend using his or her computer, using his or her browser, not the same browser as mine? That is excellent. In other words, if we do group work, if I'm responsible for discovering web links for a specific topic, I bookmark all those web links in my computer using a specific browser. With this function called bookmarking online, I can share the set of bookmarks from my computer's browser to your computer's browser, which may be different from the one I'm using. Now, the question is, where can I get this service? The good news is it's free of charge today when you go to Google. Okay, when you use Google, this bookmarking is already there. The question is, do you know how to use it? So, from the nature of this photo sharing, from the nature of this podcasting, we can apply the same to bookmarking, although the technique and the idea, the technology might be different. Okay, so you know the bookmark. What about social media? Ah, that is interesting. What is meant by social media? Social media means it's the kind of media in which people will come together to share information, but it could be across platform. You might be using Windows, I might be using Macintosh, and he might be using IBM operating system. That's not better. As long as you have the ability to get online and go to the cloud in which it's over there, your computer, your operating system is just a bridge to this particular cloud. Okay? with that cloud, which is a social media, we can all share even though we have different systems operating together. Well, unfortunately, we do not have the sound, but still I can show you a little bit different interesting thing today with the Chromie. And let's do it again. Social media. Watch. Okay, remember that. Aha! Do you see the interesting things going on? Okay. See that? Okay. Okay. Got some ideas. Okay. How are we going to do it? This is so-so ice cream by the people for the people. Oh, see it? Actually, rocks, cocktails. This white great kind of average. Social media means new ways to create and communicate with others. Oh, it's an exciting. Oh, this is a very interesting way to show you this. Okay, now let me make sure you got the idea. Here we go. Suppose this is a small community. We call this CISG114 Section 1. In this small community of tens of people here, we just have 3 people who know how to make ice cream. Normally, when we look for ice cream, we go to these 3 specific people. Well, let's do it this way. With only 3 tables who will make ice cream. So whenever people from our table love ice cream, they will visit that table. And looks like 1 table offer vanilla ice cream, 1 table offer chocolate ice cream, and the other table offer milk ice cream. So only 3 tastes, okay? So whenever they want ice cream, they know that I can only get 1 of the 3 tastes, vanilla, chocolate, and milk. Okay, this is what's happening for years. Now here comes the picture. All in a sudden, because of new technology, looks like everyone in this community now has the capability to make ice cream. So instead of only free table producing ice cream for the community, now everyone has the capability to make his or her own ice cream. What's going to happen? What's going to happen to the free original table who make ice cream? Do they still have business to do? Well, if you look at this video, they say that yes, they face some danger of being phased out now, because now everyone knows how to make ice cream. But the interesting thing is, even though now everyone knows how to make ice cream, the free imported table who continue to make quality ice cream do not phase out. And it's also turned out that the number of customers coming to the free table to buy the ice cream never drop. Okay, that is what's happening. Then, what happened? What happened? One day, there is a guy called John who now knows, he knows how to make ice cream, who also appreciates ice cream from the free big table, but he just simply not satisfied with the free taste, chocolate, vanilla, milk. Maybe I could make a strawberry ice cream. So he made a strawberry ice cream, and he himself believed it's wonderful. So in order to attract people to taste his strawberry ice cream, since it's not a big company, he set up something very simple in the front door of his own house where he made ice cream. He made a small notice board. Strawberry ice cream, come taste it. Okay? Now he's not expecting anything big. He just made this medium to advise people. Here, you can get strawberry ice cream. Because if you go to any other of the free tables, then you can only get chocolate ice cream, milk ice cream, or vanilla ice cream. So people come to taste his strawberry ice cream. Now, once he did it, and once there's someone who did taste the strawberry ice cream, Mary over there understands it. I love mango ice cream. Oh, I know how to make mango ice cream. So Mary set up another break, just like what this guy said, in front of her house, mango ice cream. If you want mango ice cream, you can come taste it. Okay, that's the second individual case to make her own ice cream the taste of his brand. Eventually, we see many more people in this community set up their own ice cream notice board. We have originally chocolate, vanilla, and milk. Then John set up strawberry ice cream, and then Mary set up mango ice cream. Maybe Tiffany set up lime ice cream. Okay, many people set this up. The question is, it's good. We can taste them in ice cream. But how do we know which ice cream is really the taste that you will recommend to people? Well, John will say, of course, strawberry. And Mary say, of course, mango. What about those? Harrison, the lime ice cream. Everybody would say something like that. So they come up with what? Okay, let's come up with a unified social media that is called originally chocolate ice cream, original vanilla ice cream, original milk ice cream, then strawberry ice cream, mango ice cream, and then lime ice cream. What do they do next? They allow people to rate the ice cream, comment on the ice cream, and they collect all the comments periodically. They publish the rating and comments there. So people can say, oh, strawberry ice cream got 5 stars. Mango ice cream got 2 stars. And then chocolate ice cream got 3 stars. Oh, this way, let's go taste strawberry ice cream because it got the many number of stars there. It become a medium in which people communicate together. instead of just a personal medium to advertise strawberry ice cream or mango ice cream. Do you see the ideal medium now? It's a common medium, media, more than one, in which people come to look for information. Have you ever bought something from Amazon? Amazon.com, particular books. If you want to buy a particular book there, always you can check the rating of the book, which is done by how many people, and compare this book with a similar book written by another author, and then you have the rating, the feedback. So before we buy anything, we check the rating, and the rating is 80% to 95%. For many people have already used them and give the feedback on this, we trust them. Oh, do you see that? In the television stations like TVB, when they have a new show coming up, or that's already shown from a couple of weeks, they keep the ratings there to ensure that this show is good in such a way that so many people support that. It's a social media. Okay? So it's a very interesting idea behind this, and I hope you understand it. Now it's almost time, 1 minute left. Allow me to take attendance, and I have to apologize for the technical problem today that we did not have voice to broadcast. Okay? So I will fix the problem when you come back on Thursday and ensure I do it immediately. Allow me to take attendance for the day, and then I'm going to give you an early break, on-time break for lunch. Rex, are you here today? Thank you very much for coming back. Fiora, thank you. Ji-Hun, thank you. Terry, thank you. And then Neil, are you here, Neil? Thank you. Coco, are you back? Thank you. Nice to see you here back. CO, thank you. And then it's Adrian, thank you. Vicky, are you here today? No, it's not here today. Okay, Arisis, thank you. Laomi, thank you. Rajon, thank you. Tai is not here today. Okay, and then Hongben, thank you. And then Schofield, thank you. And then Rena, thank you. And then Selena, thank you. Addison, thank you. Very good. Rita, you're here, thank you. Karen, thank you. All right, so, and then Boss is not here today, okay. Anthra, thank you. And then Tiffany, you're here. Okay, the second page. So, Teresa, thank you. And then Gucci, thank you. And then Ruchi, thank you, you're back. Thank you. Everything is fine with you. All right. So, Alice, thank you. And Will, thank you very much. Thank you for coming back. And today is quite fresh for me because without using the video, without the voice, I have to do the play-by-play. And it's quite a challenge for a teacher. Thank you, and see you back here on Thursday after lunch. All right? So that's it for today's CISG114, Section 1, day number 11. Okay, week number 5. That's it.